Welcome. Thank you for joining us for our summit. We're going to have a lot of fun, but most of all, we're going to teach you a lot of things, especially if you're new to the stock market. Folks, this is the #1 place where you can come to learn from the brand new investor in the market to the more seasoned investor in the market to make money in the market. We're going to help you to understand when to buy, what to buy, and when to sell. Those are the core things that you need to do as an investor in the market. So with that, we're going to get to our first presentation by my good friend Steve Chappell called Analyzing Your Stocks the Right Way. Steve, take it away, buddy.
All right, thanks, Glenn. Boy, that's a great introduction. And listen, as he mentioned, my name is Steve Chappell. I'm the Director of Trading Systems Development here at VectorVest. So there's lots of companies out there that pride themselves in putting out a lot of data. We don't do that. We pride ourselves in putting out information that you can put to work. And we pride ourselves in the ability for us to give you a very quick analysis on every single stock that you're interested in and some other factors that we'll look at in this presentation. But the main thing that I said there in that whole kind of introduction is we pride ourselves in useful information. And we pride ourselves in giving you the tools to make decisions very quickly. And so that's what we're going to talk about in this presentation, analyzing your stocks the right way. And let's get into it. So everything that you're going to see from this point forward is mathematical formulas that we've put together to analyze stocks to suit those three main ideas: what they're really worth, how safe they are, or risky in that case, and then whether I should consider buying, selling, or holding on to those equities that I might already have. Okay, so we're going to start here with something called value. And it says here, value in VectorVest increases when earnings go up, inflation goes down, and interest rates go down. And I would call this, or we call this rather, the Goldilocks scenario. That's the best of all worlds. So hopefully many of you out there are already fans of buying stocks who are making money, because if you are in the right place. You know, we look at corporate earnings as the engine that drives stock prices higher year after year after year. Okay, there is no stronger correlation in the stock market than that. And you might have situations like the COVID collapse and the bounce in all these crazy stocks that have happened with the QuantumScapes and the NEOs and, you know, quote unquote America 2.0, you know, those kinds of things. But at the end of the day, you know, at least I don't want to put my money into stocks who aren't already making money themselves and more money in the future. You know, that's the real important thing, is not even so much how much money they're making now, but what are they going to be doing down the road? Are they going to be growing that earnings quarter after quarter after quarter, year after year?
So with that, we're ready to move over to David. And David, he gets into this stuff for real. He really does. So if you're ready, David, take it away, my friend.
I'm David Paul. It's a great honor and pleasure to be here. I just wish I was standing in front of you, looking you straight in the eye, not on this contraption. But my objective is to show you how to go about making smart decisions when you don't have all the facts. Decisions about an uncertain future. And folks, every trade involves many, many, many decisions, as you can imagine. Entry point, where do you put your blessed stop loss? How many shares do you buy? How do you manage the trade along the way? So many, many decisions to be made. And each trade results in fairly immediate feedback in that you make or you lose money. And our objective is to try and stay with the process, not to panic in the midst of the unknown, keeping a calm and collected demeanor. That is your mission. And in my very first job, folks, I was told that we all fear fear. We all feel fear. It's what you do next that counts. So what do we need to win, folks? Well, we need that process. The ability to make quality decisions repeatedly when you haven't got a clue what's going to happen next. That methodology has to have a special characteristic. It's called expectancy. It was called expectancy by a trading coach called Van K. Thorpe. He's written quite a good book called Trade Your Way to Financial Freedom. And basically, the darn thing has to make more when it's right than it loses when it's wrong. And a part of that, two parts of that expectancy are really important. One is the hit rate, and two is how much you make when you're right, divided by how much you lose when you're wrong. Now, at hundreds of seminars, I've played the following game, a coin flip game. I asked people, would you...
Way to go, Dr. David Paul. Love hearing him give a presentation, and you're right. If you've never seen him in person, it is truly a pleasure.
Hey YouTube, how's it going? My name is Patrick France, Senior Instructor here at VectorVest. Glad to be with you all. Thank you all for tuning in here today. I love doing these financial freedom summits and really showing everyone out there how to get the most out of their VectorVest service, or if you have just a smartphone or tablet, how to get the most out of that service and how to really manage your portfolio no matter wherever you are. On the homepage, the most important aspect that we need to always be aware of is that market timing, which you can find right at the very top center. So currently right now, the market is mildly bullish and VectorVest advocates buying safe, undervalued stocks that are rising in price at this time. If we scroll down here, one thing that I talk about every single Thursday when we do our live streams over on our Facebook page is the daily color guard report and the special presentations. If you're brand new to VectorVest or just about to get started with VectorVest, watching these videos on a nightly basis is one of the most beneficial pieces of information you could possibly take in for yourself to learn about what's going on and make sure that you stay on top of major trends, headlines, and all of that. If we scroll down here, we get the color guard, which I'll do a brief overview of the color guard if anybody's not familiar with it already. But we use the color guard to analyze three key components of our market timing system. The first one we look at is the price, which is the prices of VectorVest composite. This gives us a better representation on what's actually happening in the market because it's not just looking at the Dow's 30 or the Nasdaq's 100 or the S&P's 500, but it's looking at about roughly 8,500 stocks as of this time.
He's going to talk to you about what the guppy is, and it's another portion of learning how to swing trade. So with all of that, Stan, take it away, my friend.
This is Stan Heller again, broadcasting from Lethbridge, Alberta. We're just an hour north of Montana. In the October Financial Freedom Summit, I was able to present a strategy called the EMA Squeeze swing trading strategy, and it's become just tremendously popular beyond my expectations. We teach it in the Mastering Moving Average course, and it's very popular. But today, I'm really excited to present this strategy. It's really based on sound investing principles. It's an easy setup and very visual, so it's easy to follow, and it's something that you can implement right away. It's a tactical swing trading strategy, and it's simply called the guppy. So here's what we're going to cover. I'm going to explain the guppy multiple moving average trading system so that you have a clear understanding of what it is and how it works. And then we're going to show you how to add your guppy multiple moving averages to your graphs. And by the end of the presentation, you'll have a complete tactical trading strategy for high probability trades. That doesn't mean every trade is going to work out. I wish that were the case, but it gives you the highest probability and a high win rate from this strategy. So in terms of the guidance with this tactical trading strategy using the guppy, we want to trade in the direction of the traders when the fast EMAs have crossed above the slow investor EMAs. We want to see the trader bands sort of narrow and compress and then start to separate from that compression and into an expansion phase. It's that expansion phase where we make our money. A lot of swing traders, especially, maybe more so than investors, try to make money when there's really compression, when there's no real expansion of price and trend. And what this guppy kind of forces us to do is wait for that expansion and wait for the trend to really show itself and confirm itself before we jump in. So Glenn, you've got the slide up for the when to sell. I think it's going to be a terrific course with David Paul and his risk management, money management, and trading, and Steve. You learn so much about stock analysis, and you're going to learn more about sort of when to sell with his trading strategies. And Jerry, such an expert on candlesticks, right? And so you're going to learn about that as well. So thank you, everyone. I really appreciate it, and definitely want to wish you all the best.
All right, Stan, that was an outstanding presentation in regards to the guppy. Today so far has been an outstanding list of presenters, a list of topics, a lot of interaction. I'd love for you, if you haven't already, hit the like button if you like all of the content you saw. If you haven't already subscribed to our channel, please do so. And then also hit the bell icon so that you will be alerted to all the new content that we put on YouTube. All right, with that, a good topic we're getting ready to come into called ESG. And Susan is going to come to you and talk to you about it from all the way across the other side of the world. And I'm glad that she's here. I always love to hear her give a presentation. So Susan, if you're ready, take it away.
And my name is Susan Hayes-Cullerton, and I'm delighted to be here with you today. I am indeed tuning in with you all the way from Ireland. And yeah, that's why I'm wearing green. Kind of is a little bit all right, I have to say. Now, that's not all though, because today I am going to talk to you about learning how to invest in ESG with VectorVest. Now, let me tell you what ESG is. ESG stands for E for environmental, S for social, and G for governance. And this is a trend that is taking the world by storm, but particularly it is being driven home in Europe. And it's been driven home for two factors. Number one is because investing in such a way that puts your values with your value can really deliver exceptionally good returns. So what I mean by that is when you are able to invest in such a way that you can put in money into what you believe can make a profit and can generate a dividend, as well as what can also have a good impact on the environment, on social issues, and in companies that are very well run, they can work super well together. On the other hand, though, we also have another reason that ESG is driving forward very, very significantly, and that is because the next generation of investors, whether they're millennials or Gen Z, they are using their voice and using every other element that they have as well to express their views around companies doing good for various different elements, again, like I say, in ESG. I'm going to give you three key ESG trends to watch. These are the ones that I think many of us are either hearing about, so we're hearing about, we're participating in, lots of conversations about them. But you see, the thing is, and this is why I think Glenn, and I see Glenn has just put up a lovely comment there. Thank you, Glenn, there on YouTube. But the thing about Trending Thursdays and the variety of shows that you see here on VectorVest is it's one thing to see a news story, but it's quite another to turn that into an investable proposition. We are going to be launching a new show next month and in May, which is going to be the ESG and Tech Show. And that is what I am also going to be leading. So that's why we've moved Fantastic Female Fridays to once a month, is from May onwards, we are also going to have the ESG and Tech Show. That is because I do believe that ESG is a rising trend, as I've shown, but also I think the other big trend of tomorrow, and in fact today, but particularly of tomorrow, is looking into tech.
Wow, that was another awesome presentation done by Susan in regards to a space that people are starting to get into. And I think that she brings so much to the table in understanding the space and how to invest in it. Also, for the videos, in case you missed any of the presentations, www.vectorvest.com/summit videos. We talked about analyzing stocks. Then we had an introduction to looking at swing trades, how to find them, or what to look for as far as what to expect in looking at a swing trade pick. That was with David. And then we got into more swing trade stuff. And then we got into ETFs. Man, we covered so much stuff today. Stan Heller talked about the guppy and those moving averages and how you can use them within the VectorVest software. Not only do we talk about the things that you need to know, we show you the power of the VectorVest system to utilize what you've learned. Now, today we did run 2 polls. Joey's going to put one poll up. One of my polls, the first one was, thank you for participating in day 1 of our summit. Quick question, what's the hardest part of investing for you? And it was, as you can see, a resounding knowing when to sell. So with that, remember, we're talking about launching a brand new course in knowing when to sell. www.vectorvest.com/sell. That is the course. This is going to be the lowest price that it's going to ever be offered for, sitting at about $495. The second poll was, what do you want to learn most while trading? Notice here, it was talking about options, stocks, ETFs, and cryptocurrency. It looks like the most of you are looking for stocks. All right, and options is right behind it. From an options perspective, you don't want to miss Jim Penna's talk tomorrow about selling covered calls. That's a great introduction to learning options. Last but not least, subscribe to the channel. This is just the tip of the iceberg of the content that we put here on YouTube. If you like what you see today, we give you much more content every single day. Hit the subscribe button, subscribe to the channel, become part of VV Nation. That's a name that I gave to you guys, all right? Be a part of VV Nation and hit the bell icon so that you can be alerted to any new content. With that, folks, thank you for being here today. We had a lot of fun. Hopefully you learned a lot of things. Have a great day. We're out of here. We've got a brand new course out there for you called Knowing When to Sell. Knowing when to sell can be the most difficult part of investing for many individuals. It is a fine balance between knowing when to cut your losers before they become a problem or knowing when to take the profits off the table without leaving a lot of money out there and making sure your winners don't turn into big losers. This all-new course was developed by an all-star cast of Dr. David Paul, Stan Heller, Steve Chappell, and Jerry D'Ambrosio to teach you the best techniques to know when to sell and bank your profits before they disappear. Never again will you have to worry about when to exit a trade. After taking this course, you will know when to sell before you even place the trade. You will learn the techniques for both longer-term investments and short-term trades so you will know what to do and when to do it. Each module will be taught live and it will be accompanied by a live mastery session where you can ask questions and master techniques that have been presented. Each live presentation will be recorded, so if you miss a live session, you will be able to watch it at your leisure. All course materials and presentations will be yours to review for 1 year. We look forward to seeing you there in Module 1.
VectorVest is calling you to be different. Don't listen to the gurus. Don't play by their rules. Don't play their game. Don't do it. They'll tell you the market doesn't have trends. They'll tell you there's always something to buy. They'll tell you to buy stocks that are falling and to buy even more as they continue to drop. And when you lose money, do they take the blame? Do they lose money? No, you failed. You didn't follow their advice. You didn't do it right. You've got to try harder. What if they're wrong? What if they've been wrong the whole time? What if there's a better way? VectorVest says there is. VectorVest has proven the market does have trends. There's a right time to buy and a wrong time to buy. There's a right stock to buy and a wrong stock to buy. Don't follow the gurus anymore. You set the rules. You can do it. When you take control, amazing things happen. You know when to buy, what to buy, and when to sell. You become confident. You become consistent. You become successful.